Slurp-de-derp, my G's. In this video, I'll be giving you some compositional and arrangement tips for drum and bass without any weird, wacky YouTube editing or cool background-looking studios, just a wall with some stuff stuck on it, you know? Not trying to be fancy over here, just trying to help you out with your music. How's your music going? All right. So, what we're going to do is we're going to walk through a compositional and arrangement idea which I've created, which is called the double call and response pattern. And I'm going to be using some of the sounds from my newest preset pack for Serum 2, Envy, which, remember, is on sale, launch sale special until Sunday night. So go ahead and grab a copy. Let's dive in and make some music together. Alright, so basically what you're going to need, right, is some drums in it. So you can make your own drums like I have here. Or you can just use a break to get yourself started. 174 is good. 172 is even maybe nicer. Leave a comment down below. 174 or 172. That's my beat. It's a beat that I've made on a previous live stream or on a previous video. So if you want to know how to make cool drum and bass beats like this, just check out some of my older content from the last month or so. And there's something like this on there. I've done many beats composition videos, you know. But you can just use a break or something else. But the idea, get a beat down first so we can start to compose, you know, to the beat. And then we'll be using 4 sounds from my new Serum pack. We'll be using a Reese, a one-shot, some melodic stabs, and a dark pad. Okay, for the Reese, I'm using the High Flyer Reese. For a one-shot bass, I'm using That's a Keeper. These are all sounds from Envy, of course. For the melodic stabs, I'm using Juki's Treasure. And for the sort of dark pad, I'm using the Haunted Soul pad. All right, so let's start composing. So one way to explain this call and response technique would be to use a tech and tag analogy again. Right, so basically, you know about call and response. You know, you have one sort of sound, and then you have a second sound that acts as a response. A call, a response, you get 2 sounds talking to each other. It's a great concept, right? We've all employed it before, hopefully. And but yeah, basically this is a tag team call and response. So for each call, we're going to have like the main part, and we're going to have also something that is like a tag team partner for it. And then so for the response as well, we're going to have the main response and then a tag team partner for that. So that's why I've got 4 sounds. So we'll firstly look at just the main characters that are in play. So this would be, for example, you know, Jin, and then over here, this would be, you know, like King, something like that, right? So for Jin, with the Reese, we basically have a Reese set up on the downbeat, just on D, nice and easy. Okay, so that just plays in this first part over here. Got a little gap for 1 bar. Then we got the Reese again, and this time it's up an octave and a semitone. So D sharp, adding a bit of tension there. And then that just repeats over the course of 8 bars. Sock. Against Jin, we have King, right? And King is the melodic stabs, which are Juki's Treasure. And these ones, we have a little melodic pattern. Basically, it goes D, D sharp, D. And as you see, it starts slightly on an off beat here. So after that Reese, there's a little gap, and then the melody comes in just on the off beat, you know? And the second time round, when the Reese is higher up, we have another melody, just 3 stabs. But this time it's a G, down to D sharp, then down to D. All right, but it's the same rhythm again, you know, just the melody's changed. So if we have Jin and King against each other now. So that's our main call and response, our 1v1 fighters. But now what we need to do is we need to do a costume change, because I said at the beginning of the video I wasn't going to do any editing, and I was lying. I was lying about editing in like a fancy way. My style of editing is I basically just put a different hat on, and that's it. I don't do any like zooming stuff, because if you haven't got the attention span to watch a YouTube video without those zooming in and out stuff, you're not welcome. You're not welcome here. I'm going to be honest. You know, if you can't pay attention without needing a zoom, this channel's not for you. All right. Anyway, costume change, and then I'll show you the tech and tag partnerships for the call and responses. Muy importantes, muy importante. All right, for the response part. Sorry, not the response part. For the tag team partnerships. So we're going to do Devil Jin as the second part to the call, like the call version B, and then we're going to do obviously Armor King for the complementary part to the response. So basically what's going to happen is for the Devil Jin, for the bass one shot for the call, the sort of additive extra sound there, we're going to use that as a keeper, and for the response to go along with our sort of melodic stabs, we're going to have the Haunted Soul pad. Now there's contrasts at play, so let's first hear the Devil Jin and the Armor King on their own first. Okay, so very simple composition, you know. There's contrasts at play that make it work. So the Reese, it has a long sustained nature, and the one shot that comes in with it is a short, just one shot, you know. So there we have contrast at play already, and there's also contrast between the melodic stabs, because we have three short, you know, nice and tight stabs, quite punchy and bright, and the pad softer and more sustained and just one note but held down with a sort of delay on it and in the background. Okay, so that's sort of sitting behind the stabs essentially. So this sort of combo here, the Armor King, the pad is kind of like behind the lead the whole time. And for the first sort of tag team duo, the one shot bass is just going to cut through, like in a brief moment, cut through the Reese. Doom, doom, just going to pop through. And to allow that to happen, because I haven't bounced it to audio yet, I've just put on an LFO tool to dip out some volume when the one shot happens. So the Reese has this little volume dip. So you just hear, if you just kind of listen to that on its own, just a quick little dip, like almost like a quick side chain, you know, to let that one shot come through, because they're both sort of, you know, the same sort of bass hogging, mid-range hogging bass patch, you know, they both have power across the whole frequency spectrum, so they need to be separated. So that's why I've done that. Okay, so there you have it. You've got the this one shot also follows the pitch of the Reese when it goes up an octave and a semitone, but I don't go up the octave this time. I just go up the semitone, so it's following the key, but the octave is an octave lower. And the same thing here with the pad. I basically, the first pad note is a D, and the second pad note is a D sharp here, which is slightly obviously a semitone higher, so there's a bit of a melodic element to that as well, you know? So in total then, hear how the two call ideas work together, and then hear how the two response ideas work together, and hear how it becomes much more of an interesting composition when I play only the first call and response idea and then with the tech and tag team partners. Okay, and all together. Let's play it in all together with the beat. So you hear now how the call and response pattern, the arrangement, the composition is a lot more explosive, has a lot more detail, more energy, and it's generally just more fun, you know? So I implore you to try this out in one of your next projects, one of your next tracks. Try it out where you basically use two sounds to create the call, two sounds to create the response. The call is mostly done by one sound, but the other sound is complementing it. And again, the response is mostly directed by one sound, but there's another sound that complements the idea. So if you use Envy as well, my preset pack, with 50 amazing sounds, you could conjure up a lot of magic. You could get many different combinations, you know, and they will tend to work quite nicely together, in my opinion. So try it out. Let me know how you get on down in the comments. And yeah, that's it for today. One more little listen just for good fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Remember to smash the like button, leave a comment down below, hit subscribe if you're new as well, and please check out all of the links in my video description. I'll put the preset pack link in there in case you want to grab it on sale before it goes back to normal price on Sunday night. And then check out the other links. I've got one-on-one classes available, mixing and mastering work if you send me an email, and a Patreon. A great Patreon community where we'll be doing a feedback live stream this Friday, very soon. So come along and get involved. All right, that's it for me today. More from me soon. Much love.